Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week of Movies and the People Who Love Them. This is the podcast for anyone who's ever loved a movie for literally any reason. My name's Emma, and I'm your host every week. And this is the show where I have literally anyone come and tell me four of their favorite movies and why they're special to them. And this week, we have a friend of another friend of the show, Jonah. And Jonah, I we have like been talking and becoming friends through Sierra, who is like a former guest of a few weeks ago. I don't well, it'll be more by the time this is posted. But Jonah, hello, how are you?
Hello, longtime listener, first time
Oh,
caller. So happy to be included. So
oh, that
happy to
makes
be
me feel
here.
so
That
good. So
so-
honored to have you. This is gonna be so fun. Again, like I mentioned, Jonah is Sierra's friend, and so I've heard so many good things about Jonah, have been just talking
you
him up
flatter me.
already with Sierra. So it's so fun to have him on. Jonah loves movies. Jonah, will you just tell us about yourself, give us a little intro, whatever you want the people to know.
Wow. Okay. So this is where I do like my Tinder profile. Like, hi, my name's
Absolutely.
Jonah.
Yep.
I'm 25
College,
years
like,
old. I'm
icebreaker.
a
Yep.
Leo. I like long walks on the beach.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jonah. Uh, I am 25, and I am also a flight attendant for a major US airline based in the United States.
Mhm.
Very happy to be here. Love movies. Happy to talk. Big yapper. So this is like kind of
Same.
my whole shtick.
This is like
Very
the
happy to
whole
be
thing.
included.
It's like one of my friends, when I told her, like, the idea for the podcast, she was like, "Wait, talking about movies with friends, like, that's, like, your whole thing." And I was like, "I know, that's, like,
Yeah.
I've been so excited."
Yeah.
So
It's
exactly.
kind of the sweet spot. Like you were
Right.
so lucky to have cornered that market because that's really like you're
I
gonna be big girl. That's
stop.
like
Oh my gosh, stop that right now. How nice to say. I listen, I wouldn't be mad, but, like, also the more conversations and stuff that I've had and, like, the more people that I've been able to meet, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, am I, like, so selfish for doing this?" 'Cause I'm the one I feel like that's having the most fun with it, and, like,
Oh,
if
but that's
if I did
like
it just for
that's
me,
the
it's,
best
like, so
part.
worth it. That's what I'm saying is, like,
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
been so fun. So, ooh, I'm so
Yeah, I mean,
excited.
if you do something you love, do you really have to work a day in your life? That's what they say. Then
Exactly, and, like, I also big ADHD girl, medicated, like,
yeah, yeah.
I get hyperfixated on, like, certain things, and then I forget 'em
Oh,
about
me
them in, like,
too.
2 weeks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I haven't
yeah.
for
I'm
this,
the
and it's,
same
like,
way.
just making me feel so good, and, like, that's a very foreign concept to me of, like, actually
Yeah.
sticking with
Oh, I
something.
love that. I
So
love
it's been
that.
really
That's
good. Thank you. It's making me feel so good. Before we get into your movies, Jonah, I have a question. Well, sort of a
yeah.
question, but, like, it's from Sierra, actually, that I'm so happy
Oh,
to ask you.
okay.
Um, and if we need to cut this, that's totally fine because she didn't actually specify whether I should, like, ask
We
on the
might have
show or
to.
not.
We might have to if it came from Sierra, but
No,
okay,
I know.
ask
No, I was
away.
like, she didn't actually I thought of it, and I was like, she didn't specify if I should ask on the show or not, but, like, I'm gonna do it, and we can cut it if we need to. She
Okay.
told me to ask about Lilo and Stitch, the animated version.
Oh my god, okay, yeah, yeah. So, this is not one of my movies, fun
Right,
fact, but
right.
we did deliberate on whether or not it should be because I have a lot to
Okay,
say.
okay.
Like,
You wanna give, like, a brief
it is
overview of, like, your
yeah.
like,
So,
why'd
the
you have me
animated
ask?
version and I'm very glad that she specified the animated version
She
because
did.
the live action, no, girl.
Oh, don't here's the thing,
No.
don't get me started on a live action Disney remake, okay? 'Cause
I
I'll go all day.
they first of all, they do it too much, and they're
Too
ruining good
much.
things. They're
They're
ruining good things,
devaluing
and
the
they
medium of
took
animation, I hate it.
yeah,
Yeah. Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
and they took my girl Pleakley in her drag, and they turned her into a cowboy and
Yeah,
also a white man. Why are we
none of it makes
what are
any
we
sense.
doing?
I hate it.
What are we doing?
Taking all the best
Bleakley
parts.
at his heart is a drag queen, and they turned him into like some surfing
Cowboy.
white boy. It was probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me, and I'm
Mhm.
willing to bet you that she asked you to ask me about that because she
Yeah.
knows that me and Pleakley have a soul tie.
I love that. I love that so much, and I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. truly, like, that
I
happened
know
and
this was it
that's
was terrible.
erasure.
I was so excited for that movie, and
Oh,
then
of
when I
course.
got in, I was like, "This is not the Pleakley that I know and love."
No, not the
They
Bleaky
have
that I saw.
they have ruined it, and I don't know if it's like a I don't know, you might need to cut this part because I don't know if this is, like, allowed in your podcast, but I don't know if it's like a Trump's America thing that we had to cut out drag, but, like, I was so
Won't
upset.
be cut, don't you worry. Don't you worry,
I
disgusting, no. I hate no, I can't handle it.
It
No,
was
it's
the worst thing,
ridiculous. Yeah, it
and
feels like
I'm
a hate crime.
also yeah, and I'm willing to bet she also wanted me to do my Pleakley impression, which I hear is really
She
good, but
didn't
I
say that,
that
but
might be like a cut for time scene.
if
Do you have paid subscribers? That
for the Patreon? Oh my gosh, if
But
you want to,
yeah,
I'd be honored, but, like, you don't have
I
to, no
we
pressure.
had so like I have an ex-boyfriend
Okay.
who used to make fun of me whenever
Okay.
I got angry. He said I sounded like Pleakley. And yeah,
That's
and
so
that
you're like,
was
"That's
it
not what you
was
wanna
yeah, that was
hear."
crazy, but it's so true though, but, like, at the time, I was, like, super offended by it because I'm like, "Why? Why are you like, that's so
How
I'm
dare you
mad at
say
you
that to
right
me?
now,"
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he'll be like, "Okay, Pleakley," and I'm like, "That's wild," because I'm like, "Does that make you Jumba?" I'm like, "Yeah, that"
Who are you then?
so, yeah, so I'm like, I can't," but, you know, it is really good. It is a really good impression.
Oh my
Let me
gosh.
see if I can, like
Summon it?
let me see if I can
Okay,
summon it right
okay.
now, and Sierra, girl, if you're listening, this is for you. Okay, let me and for those listeners out there, I promise, like, I am a goofball, but, like, I don't go around doing this. This is not
Don't
my
please
day
do
to
this.
day.
This is
So,
really special, guys, okay?
I'm
Listen
yeah,
up.
okay,
This
let
is
me
really special.
okay. Hold everything! That girl is a part of the mosquito food chain.
Wait,
Here, educate yourself. I know, yeah. And
wait,
Sierra, girl,
that's
that was for
so good.
you. Yeah,
Thank you from the
I
bottom of
am
my heart for doing that.
yeah, no,
Oh
you're
my
so
gosh.
welcome. I have many
Wow.
hidden talents, that just happens to be one of them, and this is actually an off day for my Pleakley accent.
Oh my gosh, that's an off
But
day. Wow,
yeah,
okay.
for the listeners,
Wow,
if you wanna know what it's like to hear Jonah angry, apparently it's
that's what
that.
it's like.
Um, what can you
You get a little inside look into Jonah's life
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
That's
if you're
so
wondering,
funny.
any single gay listeners out there, if you end up
Who's, like,
with
really
me,
into Blakely.
apparently Pleakley is what I sound like when I'm mad. So, you'll never have, apparently, an unfunny day.
Good, and that's what Jonah has to offer, among many
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Well,
She
I don't
did
know.
tell
Maybe
me
that might be it.
whatever. Yeah, whatever, I don't believe it for a second. She said, I'm glad she this I think this was her distinct way of, like, saying to do the impression because she when she
Oh,
texted me,
she
she said,
definitely
"Tell him I asked," because I was like, "Do I tell him you asked me to, like, ask him about Lilo and Stitch?" And she's like, "Yeah, tell him I asked and mention mosquito food chains." I said, "Okay." I think that was her,
Yeah,
like, roundabout way of
yeah, no, exactly, that's, okay, and then I also, like, when we're together, I do the whole, like, "And I'm Auntie Pleakley, enchanté," like, I get, like, all the time, like
"Oh, I'm mad that you guys live across the country. I wanna, like, come and see that in
yeah,
person."
well, I mean, like, I this is our way
Man,
of bonding, like,
yes,
via this podcast. If
yes,
you're listening, Sarah, love you down, girl. You're
yes. I love it. No, I love her. She's so
yeah,
great. It's so I love that you guys
she
know each other
is,
too. This
she's
is so
wonderful.
fun.
Yeah, I
I love
know,
this.
I know.
Perfect. Okay. Any other impressions you need to do before we get going?
I no, I don't think so.
Just for the one for today.
I'm not sure. I feel like I'm
Practice it
hoping this is one of
counts.
your highest rated episodes,
Oh,
personally.
it
I'm
will be.
kidding.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt. Because of that alone, for
Yeah,
sure.
right.
So,
That's what it
I love
is.
it. I'm thinking, I mean, what do you wanna, like number 1, what do you wanna, like, segue into from that? Do you wanna
Well, I
pursue?
know so I feel like we just jumped right into it, and I
Let's do
know
it.
that you just rewatched Steel Magnolias the other day,
Here's the thing,
and
Jonah, not rewatched, watched. I've never seen it before.
watched for the
Did you know
first
that? I can't
time.
remember if I told you
No,
that.
I did
I've
not
never
know that.
seen
How
it.
was that? How
I
was that for you? Because this is like title track movie for
title
me.
track. No,
I
seriously,
very excited to hear what you felt about it.
okay, so I've mentioned this before, and, like, even people that, like, love movies to death, watch them every day, like, everyone has blind spots, of course. Um,
Yeah.
and so that was one of mine, and it's just been on my list forever, you know? Um, and I and so I finally got to it, thank goodness for this podcast, because I know I would have seen it eventually, of course, but, like, I love that it
Yeah.
was sooner than later. Um, the first, I don't know, like, 2/3, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is such a fun time," like, hanging out with
Yeah.
these ladies, like, I
Yeah.
love all of them for so many
Yeah.
different reasons, like,
They
they're so
lull you into that
distinct
false sense of
characters.
security. They get you.
They do. I was like okay, and then I was like, I'm a big movie crier, and so we're gonna get into spoilers,
Mhm.
people, okay? Because I don't feel like we can
Yeah.
talk about this movie if we can't talk about spoilers.
No,
So
you
then
have to. That's
I knew I knew one of them died. I did not know who, okay? I
Yeah.
had, like, somehow escaped
Girl,
that for my whole life. So
get
then
you right here.
Shelby dies, and so it's horrific, it's so
Mm.
sad, but I wasn't and I was, like, misty, but I hadn't, like, shed
Mhm.
tears yet.
Mhm.
But then, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
the funeral scene we'll
The
talk about this.
funeral scene. We'll
The
talk about it.
funeral scene,
Yeah.
like, when they are all, like first of all, Sally Field,
Yeah,
the
also, like,
woman that
yeah,
you are,
huge
like,
shout out to Sally Field. We will actually be talking about you,
2 of
girl,
her
twice
movies.
today. So
Yes.
that's like
The woman that
love
you
you
are,
down,
Sally Field.
Sally.
Oh my gosh, she's incredible. Oh,
Incredible.
like, the
Incredible, and
performance that she
actually
gave.
I know, and then there's 2 specific times, in this movie when I, like, sob. Now, I'm,
Yeah.
like, pretty, like, misty-eyed the whole time, but,
Mhm,
like, there are
mhm.
2 times when I sob.
Yeah.
One of them, the most obvious being the funeral scene.
Yeah.
The other being when she's in the hospital with Shelby.
Oh my
When
gosh,
Malin
and she,
and
like,
like, when Shelby is
won't leave her
comatose and
side.
Malin is, like she won't leave her her side, specifically when she starts reading the fashion magazine to her.
Yes.
I lose my shit. I am
Oh.
like, that is like and I feel like that's when it starts to go downhill for me,
Yeah.
like, from
Oh.
that point on, because 'cause you're like, "Wow, what a comforting movie," and that's why I think it's so funny
Mhm.
because I'm like, I don't know if I would classify this movie as being a comfort movie
Right.
because it is so emotionally heartbreaking and just, like, destructive.
Yeah. It
That you love it, but it's just so sad, and
it
I don't know that it's really
is.
comforting.
But here's the thing though, is, like, I feel like it's somehow both. Is, like, because sometimes
Yeah.
you really need a really good cry. Do you know what I mean? And you
No,
need to be, like,
exactly,
reminded
it's,
how
like,
special
cathartic.
friendship is, and, like,
Mhm. Well, not
I
only
think this movie does
friendship, but,
that.
like, the relationship that a child has with their parent.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And then, like, the ups and downs with that because,
Yeah.
like, like, they get into it, like, they
Mhm.
have, like, their little arguments,
Mhm.
but, like, at the end of the day, like, it's a mother and her daughter, and they're very
Yeah.
close, and,
Yes.
she, like and, like, when she said what did she say? Where she was like, "I was there when she took her first breath, and then I
Oh,
was there when she took her last."
and she
Like,
was like, it
girl.
was the most special moment of my life," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh."
Yeah,
Oh,
and I'm like and what a beautiful way of looking
yes.
at that,
Yes.
'cause, like and
Your mom was
obviously,
there the
like,
whole
this
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like, this was just a very hard and I'm very close with my mom, so, like,
Yeah.
this is, like, a very, like, interesting watch for
Yeah.
me because I know that my mom would be the Malin of this story.
Yeah.
Like, but hopefully, God
Yeah.
willing, I don't die
Yeah, let's
anytime
not have
soon,
you die,
so
okay?
but
Yeah.
God, no, I mean,
Yeah.
incredible movie though, and
Mhm.
let's just talk for a second about the cast.
Oh, the cast. Wait, actually really
Stacked.
fast, at first just sorry,
Yeah.
really quick, um, I think a lot of people know about, like, what it's about. Will you give, like, a quick little 60-second overview of just, like, the story in general
Yeah,
for
oh, no,
anyone
for
that doesn't
sure, that
know?
probably should have been what I did first,
No, I
shouldn't it?
forget
Okay.
I forget every time,
That,
really. I don't know
no,
what
so
I'm doing.
Steel Magnolias is about, like, this group of women in a
Mhm.
small town, I believe in Louisiana, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
something like that, and
And, they so, like, the main characters are Shelby and Malin. Malin is Shelby's mom.
mhm,
And then there's, like, Weezer, Clary, and Truvy and Annelle, and they're just,
mhm.
like, on this, like, friend group. Truvy and Annelle work together. Truvy has this, like, salon, and then Weezer and Clary are these, like, kind of like Statler and Waldorf type,
Yeah,
like,
and
old
the
Southern
ladies,
women.
like
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like that's where a lot of the, like, humor and, like, comfort
Mhm,
comes from is them
mhm.
specifically, more on that
Yeah,
later,
yeah,
but, like, it basically and, just to, like not, I guess, to spoil in the overview, but, like, it's just kind of, like, showing their lives together and, like, how
yeah,
they deal with hardship and, like,
yeah. Yeah.
how they, like, grow together through
Yes.
hard times. It's
Yes.
really beautiful, but it's, like,
Yes.
so sad.
All different ages too. These ladies are like there's Shelby
Yeah,
who's like, I don't know, early 20s probably, and then, like,
yeah.
again, Weezer,
And then
Clary
now
are, like,
probably, like,
60s,
in her
70s.
30s, I would
Yeah,
say, and
yeah. Truvy's
yeah,
what,
and
maybe
I
40s-ish?
would say probably, like, 40s,
That's what
50s,
I
it
thought.
feel
Okay,
because
yeah.
like, they're
Dolly Parton
her and
also,
Spud's son oh, yeah, and
by the
more on
way,
that later too, because I
back to the
love Dolly
yeah.
Parton. Wait, and that's what I was gonna say is, like, this cast, stacked.
Incredible.
Stacked.
Like,
I mean, you have Julia Roberts, you have
oh,
Sally Field, you have
mhm,
Dolly Parton,
mhm,
Olympia Dukakis,
mhm,
Daryl Hannah,
mhm.
like, all of these
Shirley
people
MacLaine, like, oh,
yeah,
yeah,
like,
incredible
it's
ensemble.
like it's an incredible cast,
Mhm.
and it should have gotten an Oscar, but it didn't, so
Oh,
I
it should have won the SAG Awards for Best Ensemble, and it didn't, like, makes me sick. I
there's
can't.
a lot that should have happened for this movie that didn't,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
and, like, the fact that
yeah,
Sally Field
yeah.
didn't even get an Oscar nomination is wild to me for that, like,
I
that's
okay, yeah.
I because
I
her
can't handle
performance
that.
was
Like,
insane.
again, that monologue at the funeral and well, it's
Yeah,
after the funeral, though. I keep saying the funeral scene, but it's after
yeah.
the funeral,
Well,
and,
it
like,
was like
everyone's kind of going
the
home.
funeral, yeah,
It's in the wake, yeah. It's everyone's
yeah,
kind of going home, and Sally Field is just standing at her daughter's gravesite. Oh gosh, I'm gonna cry. And, like, her friends notice, and they all
mhm,
come up to her, and, like, they're
yeah.
trying to what do you say in that situation? Like, they're just trying to offer
Yeah,
comfort
what
in,
do
like, the
you
best
say?
way they know how. They're trying anything, and she just, like
Mhm,
breaks down. I feel like she goes through all you could, like, see all these, like, stages of grief, like, in
yeah,
her like, this one, like, monologue. She's
yeah.
so incredible, like
Yeah, she's like, "I'm fine, like, I could run to Texas and
yes,
back, but my daughter can't."
and she
Like,
never could, like
wild. Yeah, that I like and that just
oh, mhm,
it
mhm.
gets me every single
Oh my
time. I'm,
gosh.
like, sobbing, like, I
Yeah.
watch this movie every now and then, like, I've probably seen it, like, 15, 20 times in my life. Love like,
Mhm,
every single time it gets me.
mhm.
Every single time.
Something disgusting. I don't know why I did this because I knew again, I didn't know who was gonna die. I didn't know exactly how it was gonna play out, but, like, I knew I was gonna cry. I knew someone was gonna die. I knew it was gonna be sad. But
Mhm.
for some stupid reason, I chose to watch this, like, before work, and I was, like, getting ready, and
I hope you
I,
had the
like,
waterproof eyeliner
hysterically
on,
caught
girl. That
sobbing.
was
Did not bother some days I just don't bother to wear makeup for one reason or another. This was one of them
Yeah.
for,
Yes.
sobbing
Well, thank
reasons.
goodness for that, right? That's like
I just oh, it just, like, really got to me, and it was just such it was, like, poor timing on my part, but, like,
Yeah,
I
I
loved it,
probably.
so
I will say I did watch it, actually, the last time I watched it, I was not at work, but I was commuting to work.
yeah.
So I'm, like, on an
Okay.
airplane
Yeah,
sitting next to someone I've never
sobbing.
met before in my life, and she's like, "I can run to Texas and back, but my daughter can't, she never could." Meanwhile, this girl is, like, going to, like she's going to some business meeting in Louisville,
Mhm, mhm.
and I'm in
She looks
tears. Like, I
so
she didn't say anything to me, but, like, it was very clear she was noticing because how could you not?
yeah,
I
yeah,
that was
yeah.
so good.
Yes. It's so another thing I love about it, is, like, my mom says this all the time, and we kinda tease her about it. I mentioned this,
Mhm.
like, like, my very first solo episode, but she always has this saying, we always tease her about it, but she's like, "Everyone has a story," and, like, again, we
Mhm.
tease her, but it's true, and I feel like this is, like, such a good movie to show that because
Mhm.
we don't get, like, so much depth into every single person, but we get these, like, little sneak
But we get
peeks of, like
some.
we get
Yeah.
these sneak peeks of, like, what these people are going through and, like, little lines that they say and, like, little
Mhm.
pieces of their home life of, like, okay, what are these characters are, like, real individual people that are each dealing with
Yeah.
lives that are as complex as the next person's as complex and difficult as our own, like, and we're all
Yeah.
going through our own things, and so I just, like that's what I kept thinking, like, through this movie was like, "Oh my gosh, everyone does have a story." It's so true, and I
Yeah,
loved how it
it
shows
is
it.
so true. And I know it's like the main story is Shelby and Malin, but,
Yes.
like, they do go into, like I mean, you have insights into Spud
Yes.
and Truby's marriage. You
Yeah.
have insights into
Yeah.
Annelle's life as, like,
Mhm.
a victim of, I'm assuming, domestic violence, but, like, she was
Yeah.
married to, like, a
Yes.
criminal who, like, ran
Didn't really
away
do
and
that.
took all her money, and
Mhm,
then she
mhm.
becomes this, like, red pill Christian.
Yes.
Like, you have, like, Clary and Weezer. Clary
Yeah.
has lost her husband, Weezer
Mhm.
has been in several divorces,
Yeah, bad
and is, like,
marriages and
low-key finding new love, question
yes.
mark? Like,
Oh, I
so
know.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's, like it's good, it's, like, really
Yeah.
cool, and then as
Yeah.
someone from a small Southern town, it is especially interesting to watch this
Yeah.
because, like, I know people just like this. It's like
Yeah.
watching, like, life in my hometown, like, from a little drone. Like, I'm, like,
Yes, like a
watching it
blow.
happen. Yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
what's really comforting about it is because it's just so relatable.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
sometimes movies try to, like, fool you into thinking life is perfect,
Right.
and it's not.
Yeah.
And I feel like this movie does a really good job at showing that, like, as imperfect that life
Mhm.
can be, it can also be really beautiful at the same
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
which is a good way to look at it
Yeah.
because life is never gonna be perfect, but, like, you
Yeah.
have to find the beauty in it, and that movie, I think, shows the beauty in
Yeah.
really sad scenarios. Like, you're watching a mom and her daughter, like, in their last moments, like, still bonding, still close.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
watching, like, the bond of, like, friends that have been friends forever and some newer than others.
Mhm.
Like, you're watching her be like, Shelby become a mother,
Mhm.
knowing that becoming a mother is going to hurt her down the line, that, like,
Yeah,
she
Carrie's, like,
wants to,
such
like,
risk.
give
Yeah.
life to Jack Jr.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like, I think it's a really beautiful movie as sad as it
Mhm.
is,
No, I couldn't
and
agree more.
I do love it.
I love it, and one of my another favorite part is when Clary was like, um, is trying to get Mullen to laugh at
Yeah,
at, like,
she's like,
in
"Here,
the wake.
slap Weezer."
Yeah, slap Weezer,
Slap
hit
her.
her, because
Yeah.
Mullen is like, "Oh, I just wanna hit something so hard," and she was like, "Here, hit Weezer," who's,
Yeah.
like, kind of the cranky old lady,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. And so but then Clary is like, "It was getting too serious, we needed to laugh," and I was like,
Yeah.
"How true is that?"
But then,
There's,
like,
like
also shout out to Weezer later, like, just after that scene where
yes,
she's like, "You are evil and you must be destroyed."
yes.
If I quote anybody from that movie, it is
It's
both
so funny.
Weezer and Truvy because
Mhm,
Weezer has
mhm,
some fun like, the "Eat shit
mhm.
and die" drum, I
Yes!
love.
Or she was like, "You
When
are a pig from hell." I was like,
you
"That is
are yeah,
the
and some of
funniest
those
line
it's
I've
just
ever
so
heard."
funny.
It's so
And then,
funny.
like,
Yeah.
I quote that. I also
Mhm,
quote Truvy too because it
mhm.
just feels Truvy just feels like Dolly Parton. So if you like Dolly, like,
Yes,
it's basically just
that's
Dolly playing Dolly.
her. Yeah.
And there's a part where she says what does she say? Where she's like, "I never" she's, like, talking about natural beauty, and she's like, "My personal
Oh,
view is that, like, natural beauty does not exist." And I'm
yes.
like,
Yeah, I know what I don't remember, but I know what part you're talking about, and it's really
and it just
funny.
cracks me up. It
Mhm.
cracks me up.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, this is the '80s. Like, if you can achieve puberty, you can achieve a past." Which I don't know anything about the '80s, but I feel like it's very similar to today. And again, just like really funny.
Yeah.
There's some like notable quotes in here.
I didn't realize
Um,
how very quotable this movie is. I feel like there's all these,
yeah.
like, quotes that I know and have heard, but I didn't realize they were from this movie.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
"What are your wedding colors?" "My colors are blush and bashful."
Blush
I
and
didn't know that was
bashful.
from this.
Yeah.
Like, I had no
No, I don't
idea.
know if you've seen like the bleeding armadillo cake, like all over TikTok is like from this
No.
movie.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
like so many things like that that I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's another." Like, I just again,
Yeah.
this movie's such a huge part of, like, pop culture that I just don't know how I
Oh,
didn't
for
hear so
sure, and
many of those,
again, like,
so
deserved way more,
yeah.
like, attention than
Yeah.
it got in terms of awards, like,
Yeah.
incredible movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Top on
I just
misogyny,
love it.
I think. So,
Yeah, probably.
um,
Like
probably, let's be real. Do you
I wish I
remember,
could say
like,
it was
the
getting
first
better
time
today, but
well, do you remember the first time you saw this? Like, was it a favorite
oh, I
pretty
was
quick?
little.
Okay,
Yeah, I was really little. Well, for as long as I can remember, I've loved Dolly Parton.
of
So
course.
my parents like let me watch the movies that she was in that
Mhm.
were child friendly.
Fair.
Like I didn't watch 9 to 5, for instance, until I
Have you
was
seen
like
it
in
now,
high
though?
school.
Okay. I was like, I
Oh,
love
I
that movie.
have. No, I've
Yeah,
seen
9
it.
to
I've
5,
seen it grow
okay.
up, but I had to
Yeah.
wait till I was a little bit older because they smoked
Yes.
marijuana and my parents didn't want me to be
Fair
to be
enough.
privy to that. I also, I feel like kidnapping your boss and, like, tying him to a bed is, like, probably not the best
Yeah.
thing to show a seven-year-old, but, like,
Right, because
that
you just
is
don't you don't have the critical thinking to understand why, I get
but yeah,
totally.
you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's on feminism. So, but
Exactly.
anyway, more on that in a different episode. That's but so I watched this when I was little because I loved Dolly Parton, and my parents were
Yeah.
like, "Let's, like, show him more Dolly Parton."
Yeah.
So, I watched it basically just for Dolly at first. Shout out Dolly, love
Yeah.
you, girl.
Found find her love.
I often joke that gay men have, like, a totem pop diva that, like,
Yours is
is there,
Dolly.
like, one person they quote that mine is definitely Dolly Parton.
I
I
love it.
100%. I like when she's like, "And that's what I wanted to be, trash." That's not from this movie, but it's just her,
Just
love her,
her.
and I will say I
She's
watched
the
this movie
greatest.
because of her.
Mhm.
But I also love Julia Roberts,
Oh my gosh, I
and
love
I
her
will
so
say
much.
this movie was my first introduction because, like I said, I watched it when I was really
Okay.
young. This was
Yeah.
my first introduction to Julia Roberts, and then after that, I was watching Pretty Woman,
Oh,
Erin Brockovich,
yes.
and, like, so and again, it's like the cast, they're all incredible.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
there's really nothing bad you can say about anybody that was casted for this film
Yeah.
except for Dylan McDermott because I can't stand Jack. More on
Yeah.
that later. Dylan
He
McDermott is great, but
Yeah.
I can't stand Jack because and
Yeah.
I will say this, I firmly believe that, yes, Shelby wanted to have a baby, and
Yeah.
that was fine, but how much of that was that she actually wanted to have a baby of her own,
Mhm.
and how much of that was pressure from Jack, who was told by
Yeah.
Malin, like, "You know she can't have this baby, it's gonna kill her," and he
And you
was
need to
like,
be
"I
careful.
know, I
Yeah.
know, I know," and then he's all excited about this little Jack Jr. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
so. I don't think so.
I
Mm,
don't think I could disagree. I really don't.
misogyny.
And that's
I
on misogyny. That
yeah,
too.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
right there is on misogyny because how dare you, Jack? You basically I made some notes for this podcast today
Oh my gosh.
specifically on this
That
movie,
makes me feel so
and
good.
one of
You're
them is
prepared.
Jack killed Shelby, and you can't convince me otherwise. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
And I know she wanted to have the baby, and the Republicans will say, "Well, carrying a child is a blessing," and I agree because
Yeah.
Jack Jr., love him.
Yes.
Cute, cute little boy,
Cute little
and I
boy.
am
Yeah.
so happy that
Yeah.
Shelby got to know him while she
Yes.
was alive, but you
Yes.
know what killed her? Having Jack Jr. You
Yeah.
know, and they Jack Jr. could have been adopted, and I think Shelby was okay with that, but what I
Mhm.
don't think is that Jack was okay with that,
Yeah.
and now Shelby's dead. Shelby doesn't
Shelby also
exist,
I
but
don't know if we mentioned
and
it,
now she's
Shelby's a
dead.
yeah, Shelby's a diabetic, and
Diabetic.
that's
Yeah.
why I don't know all
Yeah,
the
so there's too much strain
implications
in
of
her
that in
kidneys, she,
pregnancy.
like,
Yeah.
goes into, like, medically induced
Yes.
coma, never
Yeah.
wakes up from it, and
Mhm.
then, on her deathbed, as she takes her last breath,
Oh,
Jack leaves the room.
and her dad.
Her And her dad,
I kn
but and, like, I get it, like, you're emotional, whatever. Your
Yeah.
wife is dying because of a child you made her carry, and you
Mm.
have the audacity to
To
leave
walk
the room
out?
as she takes her last breath and then cry at the funeral
Yeah.
later? Like, baby, you weren't even there when she died. You
Ugh.
left. You
The
left, and you know
other
who didn't?
Yeah.
Malin. Strength of a
Her
mother's
mother.
love.
Her mother,
Yeah,
yes. The
exactly.
other one of the other parts again, this could be just, like, kind of a Mullen podcast, and, like, we could talk about, like, how every part that I love from her, but, like, another part that really
Mhm.
got me was when, she's, like, in the waiting room after it's happened, she's, like, talking to everyone, she's like, "Where's Jack Jr.?" And Jack is like, "Oh, she's with Aunt Fern," and she, like, literally runs out to, like,
Yeah.
go get her grandson.
And she the
I'm literally
first
gonna
thing she
cry to,
does
like, go
after
say
her
goodbye to his
daughter
mom.
dies
I can't.
yeah, the
Oh
first
my
thing she
gosh.
does is
Yeah.
go get
Yeah.
her grandson, and
Yeah.
again, I say, where the hell was Jack?
Her father. Yeah.
Like, what do you like, you're letting your
Yeah.
mother-in-law, after she just lost her daughter, go get your son?
Yeah.
No, you should have already had Jack there because where was Jack? Like, I know, like, you wanna shield children from, like, the sadness or
No.
whatever, but, like, he was robbed of that moment, and
Yeah.
so was Malin. because instead of doing what she should be doing, grieving her daughter,
Yeah.
her weak ass little pansy of a son in law has left the room and is Lord knows where. And she's like, we need to get the pink suit. We need to do this, that, and the
Yes.
other. And Jack is
Oh,
just like, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I know. I know. Yeah.
Mm.
Girl, do you know? Do you know, Jack? Because
Women
this is
taking
all
care of
happening because of
business
you. That pink suit should be in your
every
car.
time.
You should
Yeah.
be ready. That's, yeah,
Yeah,
I
listen,
can't.
I can't disagree with you. I
And
feel like
this
I
is
didn't necessarily think of
2026 is
that,
the
but
year of the woman.
of
And
course.
this year, I would just like to call to question what men in movies are really doing for their wives because how dare he?
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah,
And then in real life too.
exactly.
I love it.
We should
No,
appreciate women more, both in real life and in Steel Magnolias.
absolutely,
And
yes.
yeah, that's like
That's the
that's
tagline.
and I stand on that. That's like
No, I think you're absolutely right. I
yeah,
couldn't agree more. Oh, yeah, no,
yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if I necessarily, like, thought of that. I feel like I didn't really think of Jack at all, to be
Mm.
fair. Like, I think he was
Yeah,
kind of a
well, and I
nothing
don't
character to me.
necessarily think that you're meant to, but I do think,
Right.
like,
But, like,
it is
now
just
that you bring that up, I'm
awfully
like, "Yeah,
wild to
wait."
me. Yeah, like, where were you? Where the hell were
Yeah.
you, Jack?
It's
Like, your
always, like,
wife is
women
dying and you leave the
taking
room,
care of
and,
business.
like, you've been sitting there the whole other time, but then
Yeah.
she's about to take her last breath, and for the last 30 seconds of your marriage, essentially, you're
Ugh.
gonna, like, leave the room, and I would just like to say, if there was a sequel to this movie, I know for a fact he remarried in a year.
I
That
bet.
yeah, I that is yeah, I can call that. I've called it.
I believe it.
If there's ever another one, like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
Platinum Dogwoods or like whatever they would call it, I
That's terrible.
it is 100%, 100% he's remarried after a year
Yeah.
of his wife dying.
Yeah.
Can't stand him. Can't stand him.
I think
It's
that's
just
fair. I think that's fair.
yeah,
Do you have
and
any, like oh, sorry, say what you're gonna say.
no, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, do you have any, like, I guess just any other favorite parts or quotes to not end on the worst character of the movie, you know?
I have so many. I think like for me, and again, like I know we've already talked about this, I think my favorite part of this whole movie is that scene where Malin is with Shelby
Yeah.
while she's
Yeah.
comatose and
Yep.
she's like showing her pictures. She's like, wake up, just wake up,
Yep.
open your eyes,
Yep.
Shelby. And then, like, specifically the moment where she's reading her the fashion magazine
Yes.
and
Yeah.
she's exhausted. She
Yeah.
has not left that hospital in probably I don't know how long she was in the hospital, but for as long as she was there, Malin
Yeah.
did not leave Shelby's side.
Yeah.
And she's exhausted. And like Drum comes in, he's like, you need to go home. And she's like, no, because she could open her eyes for 2 minutes and I might
And
not
I'm
be
not
there.
there.
And I
Oh,
think the most important thing about this movie for me is like it shows a mother's love. And as someone that
yeah.
is really close with his mom,
Yeah.
like it is really lovely to see that, like,
Yeah.
when it's, like, down and dirty, like, the
Yes.
nitty-gritty of it, like, not everything is gonna be, like, laughing and having fun, and, like, your mom like, when your
Mhm.
husband leaves, like, your mom is still gonna be there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the mom never leaves.
Yeah.
The dad might leave, but, like, I think you're also witnessing there, like, how a man, unfortunately, expresses his emotion.
Mhm.
A straight man, because could never be me. Uh, but I think it's really beautiful, and I think that that might
Yeah.
be, like, part of it, like, that and the friendship and, like, how the friendship helps Malin to, like, get through it.
Yeah.
Like, her girls are, like, helping
Totally.
her through,
Totally.
and I really appreciate that, so we can end on that instead of my
Yeah.
hatred for Jack,
Oh,
but
I
if
love
anybody
that.
does want to talk more about hating on Jack or men in general, DM me.
Yeah. Mormons.
I'm
Truly.
available.
No, I loved it, and again, first watch, I just had a lovely, terrible time, which is exactly
Yeah.
what I was hoping for and expecting, so that's
Oh
I'm
my god,
thankful for
yeah,
that,
it's
truly.
wonderful. It's like all of the emotions all
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah. I love movies that make me feel. I always say that, just feel anything, so this was
Yeah,
for sure one.
exactly.
Yeah. Number 2?
Should we, like, chase Sally Field with Sally Field?
Let's do it. I was gonna that's like a
Yeah,
perfect segue because yeah,
I
2
think
Sally
that's
Fields.
okay,
Okay.
because,
Yeah.
again, shout out to Sally
Mhm.
Field, girl,
Mhm.
we love you,
Yep.
Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Yes.
Actually a fairly new movie,
Yeah.
came out in April,
Yeah.
and,
wanna give a
was
little
a
overview?
last minute addition to my
Yeah.
list of favorites, but it was beautiful. So, like,
Mhm,
without like, to give the overview without spoiling, essentially, this guy, Cameron, moves to this small town, like, on the Puget Sound, like, in
mhm,
Washington, and he is looking for his father, and he meets along the way Sally Field, who's
mhm,
playing Tova Sullivan, who is
mhm.
this like old crotchety woman with a story who
Yeah.
happens to be the janitor at an aquarium. And
Yep.
fun fact for all those listeners, this movie is narrated by an octopus.
Mhm. It
Like,
literally is.
so
Yeah.
Marcellus the octopus, to be
Yes.
exact, who
Mhm.
helps bring Cameron and Tova together
Yeah.
in ways that we will discuss after this.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Beautiful movie.
did you read the book? Have you read the book?
I did not. I
Okay.
did not, but it's on my list now to
It's
read
lovely.
that
I
book.
read it
I
gosh, I probably read it, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3, I can't remember, it doesn't matter. But I hadn't gotten I knew I was trying to watch a movie, I just, like, hadn't had a chance until
yeah,
now, and so this was also first watch. Again, just came out, but
but
I thought it
love.
was a
But you so
very
but
good
so you read the
adaptation.
book, so comparably, do you feel like the book is like, do you think the movie does the book justice?
I actually do, I think it was a really good
Yeah.
adaptation,
I think it's an
and
incredible movie.
it was
And it,
so
like
yeah,
and again, it makes you feel like you were
it
saying
makes you
earlier.
feel fun fact
Yeah.
is 3 of the 4 movies we're gonna talk about with Jonah today, made me cry. So that's cool.
I am gonna take a guess that the other one was not Burlesque. That is like
No,
well,
I'm
I
just
mean, I don't
kidding.
know, maybe.
Christina Aguilera made me sob.
I
Just kidding,
know,
no.
that, like
3 of the 4, no, but this was such a it is, I think it was such a lovely adaptation. The book, like, at least for me, and maybe for the movie for a little bit, and I think some people maybe feel this way, it, like, takes a second to get into, like, "Oh, an octopus is, like, telling us this story. This is, like,
Yeah,
kind of
you're like,
strange."
"This is really
You're like,
interesting,
"This
like,
is
I've never
interesting,"
seen
and then
anything
you
like
fall
this
into it.
before."
Yes, and then you fall into it
Yeah,
and you're like, "Oh,
d
this is lovely. I love it." And
yeah,
so
it's like literally an octopus is watching these
mhm.
2 people live, like, as they
Yeah.
clean his tank, and then he's
Yes.
like, "I wanna help them."
Yeah.
And, like, how an octopus helps them, we'll get into this later because it's
Yeah.
actually kinda crazy,
Yeah.
how an octopus would even know this, but, they have,
Mhm.
like they're very smart. They're
They're
very smart.
so smart.
And
Yeah.
that is true, but,
Yeah.
it's an incredible movie. I mean, like, the
Mhm.
way they did that and just the whole, like, gist of it, like, from the book too, is, like, really a very interesting and a unique way
Yeah.
to, like, frame a story, and I
Yes.
really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, like, there's that moment of it too that I really
Mhm.
love. There's the fact that it's just, like, a little bit wacky, a little bit out there that
It
a
is, and that's
octopus
great.
is narrating,
Yes.
and then also that the cast is wonderful too. Like, the
Yeah.
cast is great, and again,
Yeah.
shout out to Sally Field. We love you, girl.
This was,
Like,
like, such
79
a
years old, still doing
yes.
your big one.
It's
That is
amazing.
so
This was such a different performance than Steel Magnolias
Yeah,
and her character in there, and she acted her little fanny off in both. Like, honestly, even
she
this one,
did.
again, very different character, kind of more subdued, but, like, just, like,
Mhm.
kind of the perfect, like, crotchety old woman who's been through some really
Yeah.
horrific things and,
And
like,
then you find
portrays
out
that
why she's
so
crotchety,
well.
exactly.
Yes.
And it's like the
Yeah.
way they lay out that plot, because at first
Yeah.
you're just like, "Oh, she's crotchety," and then it's like you
Yes.
find out spoiler alert
Yep.
for anybody,
Yeah.
that, her son was, like, killed in a boating accident,
Yeah.
and they had
Oh, it's so
just
sad.
had a fight, she blames herself,
Yeah.
she wasn't sure if he was angry when he died,
And she's
and
been
so you're,
carrying
like,
that for
watching this
years.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
watching this whole
Yeah.
story unfold
Yeah.
that is resolved by an octopus. And
Yeah.
then the way that it was, like, brought together with Cameron's storyline is
Yeah.
he's, like, looking for his dad, and
Uh-huh.
then major spoiler,
Mhm.
to find out that that dad is Tova's son.
Yes. It's so
It's not
lovely.
who he thought it was. He thinks it's this,
Mhm.
like, rich, like, real estate mogul,
Yep.
like, contractor guy, but it's
Yeah.
not him, and he's like, "Well,
Mm.
who is it then?"
Mhm.
And he's got that ring, right?
Yeah.
And it says eels. as soon as I really started thinking about it, and, like, shout out to my dad because my dad was like, "I bet he's her grandson," and I'm like, "No,
You're like, "Whatever,
no,"
dad."
and then I'm like Eos, I'm like, "Wait, Eric Sullivan, that's his name." Incredible, like,
Yeah.
when you, like, piece
Yeah.
that together, you're like, "Wow," because then she has a piece of her son left,
Yes.
and he has a piece of his dad, and he's already bonded with her
Yeah.
because they've, like, gone through, um like, this whole moment, like, she's trying to help him find his
Yeah.
dad, and he is, like, helping her maybe open up a little bit more,
Yes. Yeah.
in a
Live her
town that
life a
everybody
little
wants to
bit
gossip,
more.
and she wants to be really private,
Right.
and she's, opening up throughout this movie because of her
Yes.
relationship with Cameron, it turns
Yeah.
out to be her grandson.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's so lovely. It's so lovely.
yeah.
I really do love that. They help each other, like, they have so
Mhm.
much to learn from each other, and, like, you see that as the movie unfolds, and, like, he learns how to, like, be more responsible and to, like, clean up after himself and to, like, be a functioning
Mhm.
adult and, like,
Yeah,
take
and
things
she makes
seriously.
him those little spray
And she
bottles of the
makes him,
cleaning
like, a cleaner,
solution.
yeah, and then he
Yeah.
helps her, like you said, like,
Like, with
loosen
the
up and to, like,
steps,
be a
yeah,
better
and then, like,
friend,
he fixed
and
up her house
yeah,
and then, like, was just, like, helped her, like you
yeah,
said, loosen up, to open
yeah,
up, to, like, be more, like, willing to allow people
mhm,
to help her,
yeah,
like,
to
to
go on
be
a
a
date with
better
Ethan,
friend.
like,
Yeah, which
yeah.
I love, and then, like, that just and Ethan also, shout out to him.
I love
Like,
Ethan. He
a
has my
great
favorite
little,
line of the
like,
whole movie.
character. Yeah. Oh, what is it? Please
It
share.
is okay, this
Like
is if he says so they're on their little she, like, swears it's not a date, but he, like,
Yeah.
clearly has a crush on her, it's
He's, like,
so
wearing
cute.
his best shirt. Yeah, it's,
It's so
yeah.
cute, it's so cute. I love, like, older people on a date, I think that's so
I
cute.
know,
Anyways,
it's
but my
adorable.
favorite line is when they're just having tea for their date, it's, like, a very, like, simple thing, and he
Mhm.
says he's kind of telling her, like, his life story and, like, where he's been and, like, what he's done and how he's, like, had, like, kind of an incredible life, and he's followed bands on tours and, like,
Yeah.
all across the country, like, really cool stuff, and then but this is the part that's my favorite line. He says, after all this, but then I realized it was the people I enjoyed the most. And I said, because that's
Mhm.
how I feel. And like, that's like kind of
Mhm.
the reason like why I wanted to do this podcast. And I just like,
Yeah,
I love people so much. And I love like the
exactly.
connection that we have to each other. And I was like, Ethan, you are me.
Mhm.
You get me. Like, it's the people. That's all I care about. Like at the end of the day is
And
like
that
getting
whole
to know people.
exchange too,
Yes,
I think was a part of character development for Tova,
totally.
because she says to him, like, "Well, wouldn't you rather sometimes just be alone?"
Yeah. And he's like,
And he's
no.
like, "No, no."
Yeah.
And I feel like that's when she starts to realize, like, yeah, like, I mean, maybe, like, shutting myself out has
Yeah.
really not helped me as much as
Right.
I thought it would.
It's hurt a lot.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's, like, really beautiful,
Yeah.
that whole exchange. And just, like,
Yeah.
the character development of her, like, is a
Mhm.
beautiful thing, and the
Mhm.
same with Cameron,
Mhm.
and the same with Marcellus,
Mhm.
who, like, she
Sweet,
lets
sweet
go at the end
octopus.
so that he can swim off into the ocean and die, like,
Yes.
really kind of, like, yeah.
Yeah.
In the moment when you figure out that they're, like, related, that, like, he is Toba's grandson,
Mhm.
like, it just is an emotional roller coaster, and it's a really
Yeah.
beautiful movie. So for those
Yeah.
of you that haven't watched it yet and have
Yeah.
skipped through the spoilers, it's on Netflix.
Yep. Yep.
You should watch it. It's
It's so
incredible.
lovely. The other, I guess, like, one other point that I wanted to, like, mention about it is and I said this in my, like, letterbox review, but I another thing that I think, again, some people might have a hard sell on is like, "Oh my gosh, that's so unrealistic that that octopus, like, caught all that or, like, knew it before them and
Mhm.
is, like, trying to put them together," or, like, all that he does in the movie, they're like, "Oh, yeah, right. That's so
Yeah.
unrealistic." And I'm like, "Here's the thing, who cares?" Like,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
care.
Like, no, no, and, like, also, who asked? Like,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
an octopus is narrating the story. That's
It's
not
like, we're
likely
not
either.
really going for realism here.
Just let a good movie be a good movie and, like, let it be cute. Because
Yeah.
also at the same time, like, octopi are
Mhm.
very smart.
They're
They are
so
very
smart.
smart.
Yeah.
And so who's to say he wouldn't have, like,
Yeah.
had some sort of, connection with them. Like, maybe
Yes.
he doesn't know, like, "Oh my gosh, they're related," but, like,
Yeah.
he could know, like, "Oh, they have
Yeah,
things
they're
that they
so
need to
cool.
unpack."
Well, and that's like that's what felt so special to me about it is like this again, whether it's unrealistic or not, who cares whether we're anthropomorphizing overly or not, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's how lovely the concept even that like every living creature like we love each other so much and that we have,
Mhm,
like, such a desperate, like,
mhm.
pull to, like, help each
And
other
that,
so much, and
like, there
I just
could
love
be
that.
this, like,
Yes.
triangle connection between 2
Yeah.
humans and an
Yes, and an
octopus because,
animal,
like,
like, I love that.
Cameron loves Marcellus, Tova loves Marcellus, they love
Mhm.
each other, obviously, and
Yes.
then Marcellus is, like, there trying to, like, help the 2
Yeah.
of them,
Yeah.
like, it really is beautiful, and, like,
Yeah.
for those of you that are like, "Oh, like, I mean, an octopus is scary, like, why would I wanna watch that shit?" Like, it is you have to watch it.
No, it's so
It's a
lovely.
great movie.
It was so lovely, so I love it. Anything
Yeah.
else you wanna share about Remarkably Bright Creatures?
No, other than just watch it.
It
I
was
think
lovely. It
that's
was
like
such a
actually,
again,
no, I
I
take
cried.
that back. I will
One more
say
thing?
there is
Okay.
one scene that made me laugh so hard.
What part?
It's the one where they're in the car and they're going to find his dad, and
Oh,
Avery calls
I know
him
exactly. Yep. Yep, yep,
and
yep.
she texts him and Toba's like, "Why aren't you gonna text him?" And he's like being all chill and macho,
Yeah,
like, "Oh, like we're just flirting, like I
the
don't need
girl
to
he
do
likes,
anything."
by the way.
And she yeah, sorry about that.
No, 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 you're
Sorry
good.
about that, listeners. But so then like Tova calls her
It's
and is
so funny.
like makes like plans a whole date. That whole portion was really
It's so
I
funny.
watched this with my family actually and we all ate that up. That was
Oh,
so
yeah,
funny
it
to me.
feels like something your grandma would do, like, genuinely.
Yeah,
You're like, "Oh,
exactly, exactly.
perfect. I
Well,
relate to this
and then
very
just, like, the
hard."
next scene, like, where she, like, walks up to this man's door, like,
Yes.
when he has rejected Cameron and saying, like, "I'm not your dad," and turns
Yeah,
out he wasn't
threatens him.
even the guy she was looking for, but
Mhm.
it's just like, "Was that a firearm?" Like, that
Yes, she's
cracks me
so
up. So,
funny.
like, there's
She's
one
so
thing Sally
funny.
Field can do, it's play a maternal figure and a funny one at that.
Yes.
She, like, can,
Who
like,
has lost
weave the humor
a
in.
child.
Who has lost a lot. Yeah, that's
Gosh.
in
Alright,
2
I'm letting
separate
my
movies,
dog
I'll
out.
call back to that.
Gosh. He's outta here. Um, yeah, no, it's a lovely movie. So,
Yeah, and should we
yeah.
call back to the fact that in 2 separate movies, she has played somebody who's lost a child in a really depressing way.
Yes.
That's
Really
like,
depressing
shout out
way.
to I mean, Sally
A
has,
brand.
really yeah, she's got a brand, but
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, that's all I have to add.
I love it. I love it. No, it was so lovely. Number 3.
Let's talk about Encanto because I'm willing to
Okay.
bet this is the other one that made you cry because it makes me cry
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it was. I think most
I
people are
love this
familiar with
movie.
Encanto, but will you give a little 60-second synopsis for
Yeah,
someone who's
so
not?
it's like a cute little animated Disney
Mhm.
movie that rips your heart out, and
Yeah.
as a lot of Disney movies do actually, and I think we should talk about that more, depressing Disney, but it's actually really beautiful, and so it, like,
Yeah.
follows this family that has superpowers, basically, and, like,
Pretty
when they're
much, yeah.
born, they, like, at, like, one of their birthdays, what
Yeah.
is it, like, 5?
I don't
They,
really
like
know. That I don't know
they
if I missed it
develop
or
these
if it's unclear, but
powers,
yeah.
but their powers are connected to a candle, which is
Mhm.
connected to a house, and their house
Mhm.
has magical properties
Mhm.
too. But then so we're following Maribel, who does not have powers. She never got any. Her
Yeah.
ceremony didn't, like, work
Only
well,
one in
and
her
so there's,
family.
like yeah. Yeah, so then it, like, kinda follows them, and, like, there's a lot of hardship there, and, like, really, it's just about bringing a family that is so divided, but pretending to be
Mhm.
closer together, actually, and
Yeah.
it's like, I feel like the difference between, like, public persona versus, like, what's actually happening in, like, a
Yeah.
dysfunctional family, like, a
Okay,
family
yeah.
looks like they're having a great time, like, you're like, "Oh, that family has it all together," but then at the end of the day, they don't, and
Yeah.
they need to be brought together.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kinda like the crux of what that movie offers.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Um, do you when did you see this for the first time? Did you see it when it came out?
I saw it when it came out,
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Was it
yeah,
an immediate
and I've
favorite?
seen it probably 1,000 times after that.
I
Immediate
love it.
favorite, yeah,
I love
for a lot
that.
of reasons, like,
Yeah.
I really like when, Disney specifically, like, brings in, like, other cultures,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
um, like, I really appreciated that we were, like, looking into, like, Colombian culture, and more
Yeah.
specifically, like, Latino people can be,
Yeah.
like, of all shades because I feel like, especially right now, like, there's a lot of, like, discourse and a lot of hate, quite frankly, that I think that watching movies like this could really solve.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. But then like, oh yeah, it's just like really cute. So I've just
Mhm.
loved it like ever since I watched it. I watch it all the time.
Yeah.
And it does make me cry every single time.
Yeah.
Um, I love it so much. So like,
Yeah.
and was this, correct me if I'm wrong, this was also a first watch for you or were you rewatching it?
This one was a rewatch. So let me see.
Okay.
Hold on. This was actually the only rewatch though of your 4. I had not seen the other
Oh,
3. So this was the first
okay.
one that I had seen before. I saw it right when it came out. I was
Yeah.
with it was family movie night. We all went to the theater and saw it together.
Mhm,
And so I did really like it then, but I feel like, the I don't know, the experiences and things that I've been through and, like, in the last few years, I think I
mhm.
appreciate it more now than I did then. And, like, I
Exactly.
relate to different
Yeah,
parts,
me too, actually,
Yeah,
me too.
yeah,
Because I feel like, again, it's just, like, showing you, like, first of all, it's okay if your family's dysfunctional, but you need
yeah,
to whip it into shape and, like,
yeah,
do better.
yeah, it doesn't always
Like,
have to be.
yeah,
Like
yeah, that is
yeah. Do
I think it's
you
really and
who do you feel like you relate to, like, the most now?
oh. I 100%. Me and Tia Peppa
Yeah.
are
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
same
yeah.
person.
I was gonna ask you about
Yeah,
your because that's your tattoo,
I
right?
I do. I have a
Yeah,
tattoo that is Encanto themed, and
I
just for
love
anybody
it.
listening, I would not, like, describe myself as a Disney adult, but, like, this movie just really did something
Does
to me.
something. Yeah.
And so, like, I have actually the outline of her earring, tattooed on my thigh that says "Clear skies" because she says that to
Mm,
calm herself down whenever she gets overly emotional and the weather starts.
I love it.
Which I feel really is very relatable to me because if I did have a superpower, it would be the same one. My
Yeah,
emotions would be changing the weather, it'd be
I
all
love
over the
that.
place.
Yeah,
And so I really like and I've kind of committed that to memory too, the whole like clear skies thing. She's like,
yeah.
clear skies. Like, and I feel like that's really an important reminder is that there are always clear skies ahead.
Yes.
And I feel so passionately about Tia Peppa. I think she's misunderstood. I think people think she's a bitch, but she's not. She's just
I've
stressed
never thought
out.
that. Yeah, she's just anxious, she's a little bit
Yeah,
neurotic, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
And that's okay
yeah.
because me too. Like,
Yes. Who cannot relate? Like, no, I so get that. Yeah, yeah. I think,
But yeah, no, that definitely. And what about you? Who do you think you
the person that I think I relate to so a little bit Tia Peppa, but for a lot of the same reasons. Um, I'm an oldest daughter, and so, like, I think going into this watch, I thought it was gonna be Louisa, and, kind
Mhm,
of her, the surface pressure thing, and she feels all this pressure to keep things
mhm.
afloat and to be strong and, like,
Yeah.
be kind of like the rock of the family and so I thought I was gonna maybe relate to her the most, but I think it was actually more, Mirabelle, which I guess I
Mhm,
just wasn't expecting. Mirabelle's song that she sings about, like, waiting for a miracle, and she feels like
mhm.
she kind of has felt like everything is her fault, and, like, she doesn't feel like for
Yeah.
whatever reason, she just, like, can't find her place, and as
Mhm,
a girl, speaking of the devil, like, living at home,
mhm.
like, living like, just feeling like I can't quite find my place, like, in career, in
Yeah.
whatever, in the world, yeah, not really knowing where I'm supposed to be or, like, wanting to move out, not being able to, and just, like, kind of, like,
Mhm.
being in just, like, this, like, weird phase of my life and, like, have been feeling that for a while. I was like, "Oh my
No,
gosh, I feel like
100%.
I'm waiting for a miracle," and, like
Well, and I yeah, and I think
yeah,
that that's the beautiful thing about this movie is there's something
mhm,
relatable about just about every
yeah,
character in it.
totally.
Like, I mean, if you look at Isabella,
Yes.
who is the perfect one, everybody thinks she's perfect, like,
Yeah,
Mirabelle thinks she's
yeah,
perfect, where
yeah,
she's like she's too full of herself, too cool for school,
mhm,
but at the same time, she's feeling immense pressure to be
totally.
perfect
Yeah,
because
yeah,
she's not and then you have Louisa who has immense pressure to try to keep the family together, which is
yes,
not on her, and I think
yeah,
that's a very, older sister, older brother kind of, like,
yeah,
vibe that she's getting.
yeah,
And then you have perhaps the most controversial being the grandmother,
yeah,
who
yeah,
really just
yeah,
wants to protect everyone, but
yeah,
is doing it in a way that is causing this generational trauma
yeah,
on her daughters and her granddaughters and her grandsons. Like,
yeah,
so I feel like there's a lot that can be related to in this movie. And I
yes,
feel like that's really, I mean, but yeah, like, I mean, because how many of us are like waiting for a miracle? Like,
yeah,
we want something to be different. Like, we feel like we're in a rut.
yeah,
Like, gas prices are too high, when it's gonna when it's gonna come down. Like, am I gonna be able to afford to live? Like, I'm still living at home. Like, I'm
Yeah.
still like
Yeah.
I'm living in a crash pad with 6 other
Yeah.
flight
Yeah.
attendants. Like, I like, it's like when is that final break gonna be for
Yeah.
me? And like for
Yeah.
her, it's like, will I ever get powers? Like, why don't I have powers?
Yeah.
And for us, it could be something as simple as when am I gonna get promoted? Like, when am
Yeah.
I gonna make more money? Like, when
Mhm.
do I get to move into my own place? So
Mhm.
I just like I think it really like causes you to think about a lot like that. And I think
Mhm.
movies that are that relatable are really it's a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and okay, hold on one more second. Um, gosh, I'm dragging this over so will not be disturbed. Okay, see, this is a good reminder for me right now. It's like I am and I actually kind of talked about this with Sierra too, because we talked about The Wizard of Oz and how there's no place
Mhm.
like home, and something that I was reminded of then, and I'm also like this movie reminded me a lot of is like, okay, again, yes, I'm waiting for a miracle. I'm trying to make things happen for myself. Like this is not the place that I wanna be yet, but, like, how lucky am I to, like, have a home where I am safe and comfortable and that I am always
Mhm.
welcome, and, like,
Exactly.
that I when things go horribly wrong and, like, my life falls apart, I can go home, and, like and
Mhm.
I think that that's
Mhm.
again, as kind of rocky as things are for kind of Mirabelle and her family, like, it's still her family. She's got her mom, and she has her
No,
family that they're
exactly.
there for her,
Yeah.
and she has her wonderful house, and, like and not everyone is
Mhm.
that lucky, and so, again, that's another thing that I 2 things can be true at the same time. I can want to move out, and I can, like, love my home so much, and I
Yeah.
can love my family so much? So,
Yeah, it's like I mean, I feel like home can mean a lot of different
yeah,
things, and I think it's showing like, yeah, like it's wonderful to have a family that supports you. Like it's
yeah,
wonderful to have a big sister that wants to pull everything together, and a mom that can heal
totally.
you whenever, and like
Yeah.
heals you emotionally, even when she
Yes.
like that's not her job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like which it is a mother's job, but in this scenario, the mom makes arepas that heal you physically. So
Like,
like
physical
she
ailments.
like
Yeah.
can she can do other things, but I think it's great because, yeah, there is
Mhm.
no place like home, but home can be dysfunctional,
Yeah.
and we don't have to live like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, family can become much better than it is because at the end of the
Mhm.
day, they're your family. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's, like, a beautiful thing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like, you might hate each other sometimes,
Yeah.
but, like, at the end of the day, like, that's your family and you can work to be
Yeah.
better. It's like, look at Bruno.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's a
Yeah.
whole song about how we don't talk about him. We've disowned this uncle.
Yeah.
Great song, by the way.
Banger. Yeah. Of course.
But, again, shout out to Tia Peppa. But,
Yeah.
we've, like, literally forced this man out of his home.
Yeah.
We forced him out of the family. Like,
Yeah.
we hated his gift so much that, we have made him feel less than. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, when things are healing, he can come back and he
Of
forgives,
course.
and everybody
Yeah.
is like and they can be like a family again.
Yeah.
And then in that final scene, like, it makes me cry every time where they're
Mhm.
rebuilding the house.
Yeah.
And like then they have
Yeah.
Mirabelle on the doorknob because they're saying like she's the glue to the family.
Yeah. She has a
And
place. Yeah.
yeah, like I think like it's just a really important message that like things do get better,
Mhm.
specifically with
Mhm.
like family and like
Yes.
your like dysfunctional life, but then
Yes.
also like it just shows how important that bond is.
Yeah.
Like you need to be like close with certain people. And again, that is to say family doesn't necessarily have to be blood. Like
Mhm.
in this situation it
Found
was, but
family.
just
Yeah.
family in terms of like who you choose
Yeah.
or who you're born with,
Totally.
whichever you resonate
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
I think like it shows like more importantly, like how important it is to have a village around you.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
It's
so many
like
messages. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So and it's a beautiful movie, and it's a
Yeah.
like, I mean, I think Disney really did so well with that, which is why they
Mhm.
need to stop with the live
The
action
live action
remakes and
remakes.
do
Ugh.
more of the, like, original things, because when they do original, it's really good. Like,
Yeah.
Encanto is incredible. Like, I loved Luca. That was
Mhm.
also in the running for
Oh
this too.
gosh, I love
So,
Pixar,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
so it's just, like, it's beautiful. It's
Mhm.
really like, the message is wonderful, and I love how, like, you can watch a movie that, like, will teach you a lesson, like, and it'll teach you
Yeah.
different lessons. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
imagine watching this movie, like, as a child, like, what that could
Mhm.
heal before it even really starts to
Mhm.
fester. Or like as an adult who has gone through the generational
Mhm.
trauma and has like been like kind of tamped down
Yeah.
by parents that maybe until they watch that movie, they're thinking like, why is my parent so judgmental? Like, why is my
Mhm.
grandmother so hard on me?
Mhm.
Like, to be like, oh, well, like maybe there's a reason. Like, it's not fair to me, but it wasn't necessarily fair to them either. And that's not
Yeah.
to say that abuse of any kind is okay,
Mhm.
but I think this movie really shows like that you can reflect on other people's lives and like be
Mhm.
able to like walk a mile in their moccasins, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah.
Like I think that's very important, you know?
Yeah.
Which I think we see because you spend the whole movie despising that grandmother. Like, just
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
cannot stand that grandmother, and then that final scene where you see, like, her life story and what brought her there and why
Yeah.
she's being so hard
Yeah.
on everybody. Like, she lost her husband, like, to a militia, and, like, they were
Horrifically, yeah,
running, and,
murdered,
like
like,
yeah, and, like,
awful.
that Encanto, like, the place where they live in that
Mhm.
house, like, all
Mhm.
came from that, like, the gifts
Mhm.
came from that, like
Mhm.
and I've seen some theories, and I choose to believe that the house itself is a reincarnation of her husband.
Ooh, I
Like,
like that.
of Abuelo, like, I feel like, when he
Yeah.
died, like, and that candle came and then the house was built, like, I feel
Yeah.
like because the house is a member of the family,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And, so, like, I feel like that's, like, really important too,
Mhm.
because, like,
Mhm.
if that were to be the case, which in my situation, like, I believe it is, like, it also shows you that, like, life goes on, like,
Yeah.
guardian angels exist and, like,
Yes.
somebody might pass away, like, your grandfather might not be here, but he is still here, like, in a
Yeah.
spiritual sense, and, like, maybe he's not in a magical house that, like, moves you around by, like,
Yeah.
moving the tiles, but, like, he's still there.
Yeah. Yeah, the people that, like, belong to you and that you belong to, like, they will always be
Yeah.
a part of you. I
Yeah,
love that. I
it's
love
like
that.
your village never really dies, I think
Yeah.
is the beautiful thing about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, incredible movie, and if you haven't watched it yet, watch it.
Yeah. No, I feel like that's, like, all the messages I wanted to go for us,
Yeah,
like,
so
I think you said it
okay.
so well, I don't even know what to add. Yeah, I thought it was so lovely. I loved, like, because 'cause they've spent the whole movie and they use their gifts to, like, help their community and to help the town, and then at
Mhm.
the end, when the house falls apart, guess who shows
Yeah,
up
but, like,
to help
yeah,
the whole
because
town?
who's
Like,
helping them? That's the
yes.
other thing too.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
think you're also watching, like, the community as a whole,
Mhm.
like, kinda go through a change because they're so used to using the gifts and to, like,
Right. Yeah.
going to the to the madrigals
Yeah.
for, like, solving all of their problems,
Yeah.
and they're, like, looking at them as heroes,
Yeah.
and, like, as the family kind of falls apart, you see like, oh, they really are just like us. And so then
Yeah.
at the end, when like they're like, we're gonna help you now,
Mhm.
like it's again, it's like, and also like not to like beat a dead horse, but like the whole idea of a chosen family too, like
Yeah.
you have like a whole community. Like the people that
Yeah.
help you don't
That it's a
necessarily have to be
family.
related to you by
Yes.
blood.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I can't
beautiful.
again, I don't
Yeah.
you said it all. Anything else? I don't know, I think that's, like, the perfect
I
way to
don't
end
think
it.
so. I
Yeah.
think we've wrapped it up in a really good way.
Yeah. I think so too. Shall we burlesque?
We shall. Like, now this right here, this would be the definition of Jonah's comfort movie.
I
Like,
love it. Okay, again, first time watch for me. First time watch for me. Yeah.
love.
Um,
Love it. Okay, like, I'll give a brief overview,
yeah,
right? Because this is not gonna be, like, the whole, like, deep like, I mean, I guess it could be, like, depending on how you look at it,
sure, but
but,
also
like,
doesn't always have
really,
to
like, so this girl is fleeing played by Christina Aguilera,
of course.
is fleeing this, like, low down, dirty life. She's in a small
Yep.
town, like, she has big dreams, her boss is terrible, and she
Mhm,
just flees. She buys a bus ticket, and she goes to LA,
mhm.
and, she meets there Cher, who
Yes!
runs and Cher plays Tess, and Tess
Mhm.
runs a burlesque club, and
Yep.
she's like, "I'm gonna get into this burlesque club, and I'm gonna take it by storm," and that's
Yes.
pretty much the entire movie, like, she has things that happen in
Yes.
her personal life along the way, but it's just her life as, like, a star of this burlesque club.
Yeah.
Love this movie. This
What
is, like, the definition of my this does not make me
yeah.
cry, it's just a comfort movie, like, and I
Yes.
love that. Like,
Yes.
there does not have to be any deep meaning to this
Mm,
movie because,
mm,
first of all, Cher is an icon, and I feel like
icon.
that's the theme
Of
of today's
course.
episode is just icons in film.
Icons in film.
Because
Women icons
we've
in
got
film.
Dolly Parton, we have Sally Field, we have Cher. Now, Dolly and Cher are icons for different reasons, but
Yes.
I it's just a very yeah, I love this movie. I
Yep.
watch this all the time. I watch it when I, like, need to calm down, when I'm, like,
Oh,
a little bit too
yeah.
stressed.
Yeah.
Like, it just helps me to,
Oh
like, kind
gosh.
of, like, wind down. I love it. So this was your first watch, though. So
This was
please
my
tell me,
first
like,
watch.
what did you think? Like,
I okay, I didn't know really anything about this movie. I think all I knew was that, like, I feel like it filters around on TikTok a lot or whatever, but the
yeah,
scene of, like, um, "Tell me what number you wanna see, I know them all," and then she goes,
I know. Then when she's a
"Wagon wheel
wagon wheel
Watusi."
Watusi.
So, I've seen that part, but that's all I knew, and so I just and I as I'll also say, as I was going on, I was, like, on my letterbox. I was reading some, like, friends and stuff reviews of this movie before I watched it,
Yeah.
and I saw that my sister-in-law had given it 5 stars, and I was, like, probably 10 minutes in, and I was like, "5 stars?" I was like, "Girl, are you serious?" And then
Yeah.
and I don't mean that in, like, a terrible way, like,
Yeah,
a
but I mean, it does
hate it,
start out
but,
a
like,
little slow.
it
You're
starts in a
yeah.
little slow, little rocky, and it's not this movie's, like, not critically acclaimed, really, by any means. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it probably has, like, crappy Rotten Tomato score, but again, who
Yeah.
cares?
But
And so,
also, who
all of a
cares?
sudden
Because it doesn't need to be critically
no,
acclaimed for it
exactly,
to be a
but
good watch.
by
That's
the end,
like
I was like, "Oh my gosh, no, this is 5 stars, I'm obsessed with this movie."
it's
Like, I
an
don't know what it is,
incredible
the
movie.
burlesque spell, like, takes a hold of you, and
Yeah.
you don't
No,
really care about
literally, and I
anything
will
else.
say it's funny you say that because every time I watch this movie, which is frequent,
Uh-huh.
and, like, I have, BBW, body built wrong, like, I look like a gourd, but every time I watch
Whatever.
this movie, I'm like, "I could do burlesque. Maybe
You're
I
like,
should
"I
do
should do
burlesque."
that."
I'm like, maybe I will, like, call Sierra and I'm like, "Hey, girl, I feel like we need to be like Stanley Tucci and Cher. I, of
Oh
course, am
my gosh.
Cher."
Of
And
course.
I'm like, "We need to open a burlesque club." There's
Yes!
not one in Kentucky, there could be now.
Sure,
There's
of
like
course. No,
so
I
I just love it.
yeah, I just had the most fun. It was so,
And
like
that's what it is, it's a fun movie.
it's so fun. It was so camp. It was
Yeah.
so people kept showing up that I wasn't expecting. Kristen Bell, uh,
Exactly, yeah,
like,
Kristen
again,
Bell, and, like,
Stanley
in
Tucci and,
just
like
a few years, if even after this, Kristen Bell goes from playing some bitch in a burlesque club to Anna from Frozen.
yeah,
So,
it
like,
was just so fun. Yeah.
the dichotomy of man, the
The
duality, really. That's
costuming,
like
yeah, the duality, yes.
the duality of man.
Yes. When
Yeah,
did you see this for the first time?
oh, when did I see this for the first time? Oh, it was more recent. It was, like,
Okay.
probably about, like, 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh my gosh, and so this was,
Um,
like, immediate favorite, immediate comfort watch, like,
Immediate favorite,
I love
immediate
it.
favorite. Like, I watch this all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I watch this with people that haven't watched it because I just love this movie.
Yeah.
I watch, like and I'll watch it, like, multiple times in a day, like, I'll
Yeah.
keep it on to sleep, like, I'll, like
Sure.
it's it's just, like,
Comfort.
really good, and,
Yes.
like you said, like, perfect, like, the Wagon Wheel Watusi, literally my favorite part of the whole movie, like, the she's like,
Iconic.
"What? I know all the numbers, like, give me a number," like, it's just like,
Which one do you
"Wagon
wanna
Wheel
see?
Watusi," like, that's like, I love that, and, like, Cher's an icon, like, Cher is just like,
No,
Cher could do anything, and, like, that should be,
incredible.
great for the part, but no, yeah, I watched it probably, like, 4 or 5 years ago, have loved it ever since.
I love
And it
that.
really a lot of people don't talk about this, but it teaches you a
No.
lot. It
Yes.
teaches you a lot.
Yes.
Shout out to Christina Aguilera and
Yeah.
Eric Dane for teaching us about air rights. because
Exactly.
because
I
who would
didn't
have
know
known?
about air rights.
And
Cher didn't
and
know about
you
air rights.
humble listener, if you're listening to this and you're thinking to yourself, "Wow, my burlesque club is about to foreclose. What can I do to save it?"
Here's what you
Air
can do.
rights.
Yep. Mhm.
Sell the air rights. It's
Mhm.
very important, very lucrative. It's a very lucrative business. So thank you. Shout out and also a moment of silence for Eric Dane. May he rest in
Oh
peace.
my gosh.
Uh yeah.
Yes. I literally
Yeah.
forgot that he passed away until you said that
Yeah, I
again.
know.
Like,
Very
I
sad. But he was
blocked it out
also
of
in
my
this movie.
mind.
He's Marcus.
Mhm.
An obnoxiously rich man that
Uh-huh.
teaches us about air rights
Air rights.
and buys like these like very expensive shoes for a girl he's known maybe a month. And I also relate to that. Like,
Yeah.
So, it's just a
Yeah.
it just it doesn't have to be an Oscar-winning performance for
No.
it to be a formative
Some
movie in someone's life.
100%.
That is and I also
100%.
feel like, you can tell a lot about a person by their favorite movies, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably, like, why you have this podcast to begin with.
Yeah.
Um, Me personally, I think, and Sierra makes fun of me for this at all, like, this is probably the gayest thing about me,
He's loving
that
burlesque so much.
is loving Burlesque so much. Like, I
I
love
love
this movie.
that.
Like,
That's
I
so
am
funny. No,
like,
loud and
by
proud, I
me,
love
2
that.
comically large ostrich feather fans, and, like, I got it.
Incredible.
I'm gonna
Yes.
like,
Oh,
that is
I think you'd be really good at it. Here's the thing I really think you should listen, we talked before hitting record about Jonah's dreams and hopes in life and, like,
Yeah.
maybe,
This might be a
burlesque
3rd one.
club, maybe a
This
3rd
might
one.
maybe I need to open a burlesque club. I'll get, like a 60-inch human hair, like, bone
Yes.
like,
Yes.
jet black wig, and I will
Please,
run a
thank
burlesque
you.
club.
Yes.
That
That's another thing.
why
I'm so glad
not?
you mentioned that. The wigs in this movie. For
Yeah.
some reason, they were making me laugh so hard because, like, there
Yeah.
are some wigs
Yeah,
that are very
literally.
on purpose wigs, and, like, Stanley Tucci talks about cutting Christina Aguilera's hair, and, like, she's like, "No, I don't wanna do that," and he's like, "Well, you can wear a wig," and I was like so there are some that are, like, obviously wigs and, like, on
Mhm.
purpose wigs, but then it just made me laugh because I was like, most hair that you see in Hollywood, probably a wig.
Not
I
yeah,
like, here's
not
the
real.
thing,
It's either
it's so
extensions
funny.
or wigs, yeah.
Exactly, and so I just kept thinking about that because I was like, Christina Aguilera's hair that's, like, not supposed to be a wig before she puts the wig on in the movie, I was
Mhm.
like, "That's still a wig," and so I just kept that made me
So a
laugh,
wig.
like, I
Like,
loved I loved whatever Sharon
yeah.
and Stanley Tucci's, like, whole vibe, I was, like, so
I
obsessed
know,
with,
and
like
also, shout out to Stanley Tucci,
yes,
who, in
always.
his remarkable ability as a heterosexual man to
To
play
play
the
hangman.
gayest person you've ever met.
Yes.
That is, like,
It's a
shout out to
really
him. That
singular
is
gift. Not everyone can do
it
that, and not
is
everyone should.
no.
Like, it's
Not everyone should, and
mhm.
this is a disclosure for the people
Yes.
watching. This is not me telling you to gay fish.
Yes.
Queer baiting is not right.
That's not what we're saying,
But,
that's
like,
not
I
interested.
will accept it only from
Mhm.
Stanley Tucci.
It's just
Like,
it really
actually, that's
it's
not true.
so
Eric Stone Street, Modern Family too, I'll accept it, but, like, the
that's
rest,
another good
no.
one. That's a
Yeah,
really good one. No, yeah, but their whole friendship, their whole vibe, it was, like,
yeah,
something so I
lovely.
there's sometimes where you can tell, like, "Oh my gosh, those
Just
actors
a
had so much
girl and
fun
her
together,"
gay
or, like,
best friend.
they were, like, best friends, and I just feel like you could, like
Yeah.
maybe I don't know, maybe they were enemies off screen, but I just know that they weren't, you know? I know that they were best friends off
And
the
that's
screen, and
isn't
I
it
know that they
beautiful
had
that you cannot tell,
yes.
like, when a relationship on screen is so wonderful that you're,
Yes, and it
like,
feels so real, like
beside yourself when you
yes.
realize that they actually aren't close, like, it's just
Yeah.
like, the acting is just that good in that
Yeah.
way, like,
Yeah.
their on-screen chemistry is
Yep.
just incredible,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
Also, little, like, little plug here, I feel like this is the perfect representation of a, like, girl gay best friend vibe because
Yeah. Yeah.
for the gay listeners out there that may understand where I'm coming from, we despise it when a girl meets you for the first time
Yeah.
and within 5 minutes, like, oh my God, you're my gay best friend.
Yeah, and you're like,
But like what you
"Okay."
need is a test. You need to share. Who
Yes.
like you're gay as the day is long, but like the thing she loves about you is not that you're gay. And that is
Yeah.
what makes the best duo like, my 3 closest friends, Sierra, Kelsey, and Taylor, not a single
I
one of
love
them cares that
that.
I'm gay.
No,
Like,
it's just who you
that's
are, and it's like your
and that's
friendship.
what makes it so
Yes.
beautiful, right? Like, it's like you have this
Yeah.
great friendship
Yeah.
together, and, like, it's just not even really spoken until the very end of the movie when, like, Stanley Tucci's character is, like, in bed with that guy that,
Yes.
you just know that he's gay
Yeah,
because, I mean, he
'cause it
does
is
it
kind of a
so
question
well,
mark,
but
like, the whole time. Yeah.
yeah, it's like he could be a metrosexual, I guess, but probably
Totally.
not. That is
Yeah,
which you're
probably not, but,
also
like, it's
very
like,
surprised about,
yeah.
like, the main love interest. What his name is Jack, right? I feel like we've
Yeah.
got 2 Jacks we're talking about,
Oh, yeah.
who's literally wearing under eyeliner and a
Mhm.
fedora, like a slutty little hat, and is straight. So,
Yeah, and
like, that's I
no
the blur
stereotypes
this
missing.
no, exactly, and that's
Who
the great
cares?
thing about it. It's
Yes.
like the spectrum is in this movie.
You
Like,
see it in
labels
burlesque.
don't matter. Yeah, and this is Burlesque, really? You all should watch it. It's very deep. Very deep.
It's so
It's a
deep.
very
No,
deep movie. You'll
I
learn so
yeah.
much. Like
I had so much fun. Yeah, I said again, I said this in my letterbox review. I was like, "Okay, I had questions at the beginning, and suddenly, uh, the wind swept, like, I hear Christina's growly voice in my ear, and I'm under the burlesque spell, and
yeah.
it's 5 stars." Like, it's
No,
so
literally.
fun. I loved
It
it. I
is. I
loved
mean,
it.
my god, it's 10 stars for me. I
Yes,
This
I
movie
love
is like,
that.
and it can, like, ground me so much. Like, I will be in a
Yeah,
terrible mood the minute I
yeah.
hear Wagyu Watusi, I'm like,
You're
I'm
like,
back.
"Everything's
I'm
fine. We're
back.
gonna be
Yeah,
okay."
everything is okay. Like, where if they can save their burlesque club, like, I can manage this little life. I'm
That's so true. Because
yeah.
can I just say, again, so they're gonna foreclose, and Tess says there's one point where she says, 1, it's, like, not a huge club, there's not that many tables, and
Yeah.
so you're like, "How are they making money anyways?" You're, like, worried, and so then Tess says, "With the amount of money we owe, we would have to fill Dodger Stadium for a month," and I'm like, "Girl, how are you gonna come up with like,
Yeah.
what point? It's so stressful."
Yeah, and
And
you
then,
know how they came up with
so
it?
true.
Air rights.
Air
That's
rights,
like
baby.
there you go. Shout out to air rights once again.
And so it is so true, like, oh my gosh, if Tess can save the club,
Mm.
what's her oh my gosh, what's her name? Help, the Christina, what's her character's
Oh,
name?
oh my
Allie.
god, what is yeah,
Allie
Ally.
Christina. If Allie can
I
help save the club,
and
like,
Ally
we
comes
can
in,
handle
right? And
we
Christina
can handle it.
Aguilera, that voice, like, that gritty voice, she
Mhm,
says,
mhm,
"I'm gonna save this club,"
and
and
she
she
does,
does.
and
It's
she
like
does.
her little Debbie Ryan moment, like, she walks in the CEO, and she's like, "We're gonna change the world," like, that
Gonna
when
make history.
she did. It's Christina Aguilera and Cher, Ally and Tess
Yeah.
against the world, them in that burlesque
Yes,
club, and you would watch this movie and think to yourself, "Burlesque must be life-changing," and it is.
and it is. Just you
And
wait.
it is.
It is, okay? You don't
It is a
understand,
great
okay?
movie.
Go watch it.
It is
It's not in the
so
ways that you
comforting,
think, but
like,
it
I can't
is,
even yeah,
okay? Yeah,
exactly, but really,
it
if you
is.
let it be, it's actually so deep.
No, it's like what you said, if Tess can save the club, if Allie can save the club,
Yeah,
like, we can handle it. Whatever we're
like,
going through,
what's
we're gonna
stopping
get through
me?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
so
God doesn't give you any more than you can handle, whether it's a burlesque club or a bill. I don't know, like,
living at your
it's
parents' house.
exactly. I
Yeah,
it just I literally I
yeah,
could talk about this movie, like, aimlessly for
yeah.
hours. I'm obsessed with this movie,
It
and,
genuinely is
and then
so much
it
fun.
finds me everywhere. Like, I mean, I, like, very stereotypical of me, watch Drag Race religiously,
Mhm.
and, in All Stars 10, they did probably one of my favorite lip syncs to Show Me How You Burlesque, um, uh,
Incredible.
that included 2 comically large ostrich feather fans, and shout out to
Of course,
Bosco.
it had to.
We're in the wrong field for this, but Bosco, if you're out there, girl, my favorite drag queen, we love you. We love that lip sync, and we
I
love
like
burlesque.
that. We love
So,
burlesque.
like,
Oh my gosh.
it's a
No,
great
Jonah's
yeah.
converted me to burlesque, truly,
Yeah,
to the gospel of
this movie
burlesque.
obsessed. I am
I love it.
obsessed with this movie. It
Um,
is just wonderful. Soundtrack's phenomenal too. That
that was okay, I was gonna say, 'cause
yeah,
I was
it's
gonna say, do you have any I have one more question, but if you do you have anything else you wanna share about burlesque
no, no,
before I
I
ask
don't
it? 'Cause it
because
had to do
if
with
I
soundtrack.
keep going, I'll be on here for 2 more hours.
I would be mad. Okay, so my question which is your favorite song, of
Oh, I
burlesque?
it's Show Me How You
Is
Burlesque,
it that
the
okay, the
last
end.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
yeah, for
so
sure.
fun. Yeah,
I I love that, like,
yeah.
it's just so fun, it's so campy, and,
Yes,
like, they're on those, like, big, like,
the
light up
letters, like,
letters that are
it's
looking at
crazy.
the
You're like, "What's happening?" Again, I'm under the spell, I don't care,
yeah,
I love everything
it's
about it.
just so good.
Yeah.
Also, Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, great number in there,
Okay,
because they are.
is that the one I think she's in the maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. What's the one that it starts out, it's like, "The dress is Chanel, the shoes YSL." Is that Diamonds Are Girls Best Friend?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I
yeah.
thought, and she's in, like, the pearl number.
Yes,
Oh, I was
yeah.
that's my favorite one. That was my favorite one. I'm
Love. That's
obsessed
yeah,
with that one. Oh,
yeah, the diamonds are a girl's best friend, and they
yeah.
are, and a gay is too. It's like
So much
I
to love
love to
about
see it.
burlesque.
I
Yeah,
there
yeah.
really is so much to
I
love
love it.
about it, and what a great movie it is. I and this for the listeners, this is not the title movie, but it almost
No,
was because of how
it
much I
almost was.
love
Yeah.
this movie.
He changed it, like,
Um,
last minute, so just know that
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
it's a
So,
close second.
yeah, so it was going to be Jonah Loves
Yeah,
Burlesque because
I
he
love it.
does.
He does
But
trust.
that is like trust and believe. I do love burlesque.
Jonah
That
loves burlesque.
is, Jonah loves
It'll
burlesque,
be
and
yeah, no, it's Jonah loves Steel Magnolias and burlesque in parentheses.
parentheses, closed, open paren, and
Yes.
burlesque. That is like
I
low
love
caps,
it.
like,
Mhm,
like
mhm, mhm. No, I love it so
yeah,
much. I had so much fun with it. Um,
yeah.
do you do you feel like the 4 that we talked I've never asked this to anyone before, but, like, maybe I'll start. Do you feel like the 4 that kind of you picked, do you feel like that's kind of a representation of, like, yourself? Do you feel like
Oh,
that's kind of you in 4 movies? Yeah.
100%.
Yay,
100%,
I love
because
that.
you have, like, the like, Steel Magnolias with, like, the relationship
Uh-huh.
between a parent and a child, the relationship between friends and, like, getting
Yeah.
through hard times, and then in that same vein, Remarkably Bright Creatures, where they're,
Mhm,
like, figuring out these, like, really deep things, like,
mhm,
together, and
mhm.
for me, like, being with people is so important and being around people. That's why I do what I
Yep.
do. That's why I'm a flight
Mhm,
attendant. I
mhm,
love being
mhm.
around people.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm close with my mom, like
Mhm,
Malin and Shelby are close with their like close with each other. Encanto shows like how a dysfunctional family can get better, and like I can
mhm.
obviously like I can resonate with that.
Yeah,
Like there's just a lot, and then burlesque,
and then
like,
burlesque.
there's just everything, and I am a very successful burlesque dancer, so
Of
that's
course.
like
The flight
that's so.
attendant
And
thing
then
is a
yeah,
wash.
double check that, fact check that it's true. Like, that's a flight attendant
I
by
love
day,
it.
burlesque by night.
By
I
night.
do go to
Mm.
LA frequently. What am I doing there? Burlesque. Like,
The flight attendant is just a way
that's
to get
yeah.
there, so
Yeah, that's
it's
just
just like
I
easy
fly for
travel.
free so that I can go do burlesque. I do what I love. Was love what you do and you'll
And
never
he
work a
loves
day in
what
your
he
life
does.
again.
Yes,
That's the weekend.
so true. I
Yeah,
love it.
that's yeah. And for me, that's burlesque. You
I
gotta
love it. Ugh, this is I've had,
love
like,
this
the
shit.
best time just talking with you and getting to know you just, like and, like, even before we talked,
Yeah.
getting to know you, like, through the movies that I got to watch
Yeah, this has
for,
been
like,
so
each episode. This
lovely,
has been
right? Yeah,
so
because
fun,
again, like, you can
so
learn
fun to
so
talk
much
to
about
you.
somebody by the
Yes,
movies that they love.
I couldn't agree more.
So,
I couldn't agree
shout
more.
out to this
So,
podcast.
stop.
Love.
Stop it.
Can't wait to rep it.
Ugh,
Can't wait to, like,
yes.
everybody I know watch this episode and all of the
You're so sweet.
episodes. Well, I try, but I
No,
but it's true.
truly.
I wouldn't rep a
Yeah.
podcast that I did not like listening to. Some of them are boring, and personally,
It's
I don't
okay.
think this
It's true.
is. I feel like
Thank you so
you
much.
got
That
a
makes me feel
good market,
so
girl.
good.
Yeah, of
That makes me feel so
course.
good. No, it's seriously meant so much to have you on. It's meant so much
Yeah,
that, like, got to have Sierra on and that you wanted to come on because that like,
yeah,
it's just the connection again, I love it all so much. So,
yeah.
thank you
It's been
so much.
amazing.
It's
Oh
been
my gosh,
so
thank you for
fun.
having me.
Of course. For everyone
Bye.
else, we'll see you next week. Bye.